The volume of a shape is just the amount of three-dimensional space that it fills. Just as area is measured in square units, because we have a length times a length to work out an area, a volume is measured in cubic units, because we have a length times a length times a length. We have 3 dimensions to deal with. Have a look at the cube below and use what you know about cubes to help you count the number of unit cubes in this particular shape. You can see that the sides are of 3 units each, and there are 6 faces, each made up of 9 squares. Now we know that a cube is a 3-dimensional object, so this cube is made up of 3 separate layers of 9 cubes. You can see the front set of 9 cubes there. There's 3 layers of 3, which gives you 9 cubes. There's a middle unit of 9 cubes, and then there's the unit of 9 cubes at the back. This gives us a total of 27 units. And you'll not be surprised to hear this is 3 times 3 times 3. So to work out the volume of a cuboid, you take the length times the height times the width. Let's see how this works with a couple of examples. So how many unit cubes are there in these 2 cuboids? Let's take the one on the left first. That has dimensions of it's 2 units high, it's 3 units wide, and it's 3 units deep. So using the information we just looked at, the number of unit cubes in total is 2 times 3 times 3. So the first 2 times 3 is that height times the width, and as you can see there's 6 unit cubes there. Then there are 3 layers of that backwards. So 2 times 3 times 3 gives us the complete volume, which is equal to 18 unit cubes. Let's look at the second cuboid now. That has a height of 3, it has a width of 3, and it has a depth of 4 units. So using the same approach, the volume of this cuboid is the height times the width, so 3 times 3, times the depth times 4. So 3 times 3 times 4, that's 9 times 4, which equals 36. Let's move on and look at a more complex example. This shape is not a straightforward cuboid. It's cubic in shape, but it has a bit missing. So there's 2 ways to work out the volume of this. You can either work out the volume of a bigger shape and take a bit away, but we're going to work out the volume of 2 smaller shapes and add them together. If you look closely, you can see that that bit at the front, we can divide that off, and if we shade that in, we can see that we have one cuboid there that is 2 times 3 times 1, and then we have a second cuboid that's 3 times 4 times 3. So now we can work out the volumes of the 2 individual parts. 2 times 3 times 1 is equal to 6, and 3 times 4 times 3 is equal to 36, giving us a total volume for the entire shape of 42 unit cubes. So generally, the volume of a cuboid is the length times the width times the height, and as we've seen with this last example, sometimes it's not as straightforward. You're going to be given a shape that's slightly more complex, and you're going to have to work out the volumes of individual cuboids, having divided the shape up into sensible chunks.